Most people live their lives looking over their shoulder. They watch how others react. They measure their worth through approval, praise, attention, and acceptance. They ask silently, do they like me? Did I say the right thing? Am I good enough? And slowly, without realizing it, they hand over the steering wheel of their life to strangers, to family, to society, to expectations that were never truly theirs. This is the quiet tragedy of modern life, living for others instead of for yourself. But what if your life is not meant to satisfy anyone else? What if the purpose of your existence is not to earn approval, but to express your authentic self? What if you don't need to be liked by everyone to live fully? Living for yourself does not mean being selfish or cruel. It means recognizing that your life is your responsibility. No one else can live it for you. No one else can feel your feelings, dream your dreams, or suffer your regrets. So why let others write the script of your story? Many people fear rejection more than they fear losing themselves. They become people pleasers, perfectionists, shapeshifters. They learn to read every room, anticipate every reaction, and adjust accordingly. Over time, they forget who they were before the performance began. They confuse acceptance with happiness. But acceptance is fragile. It depends on moods, opinions, and changing circumstances. Happiness built on external approval is a house built on sand. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. You cannot control how others feel about you. You cannot control their opinions, their judgments, or their interpretations. Trying to manage other people's reactions is exhausting, endless work. When you accept that their feelings belong to them, not to you, something liberating happens. You are free. You are allowed to be disliked. You are allowed to disappoint others. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to choose a path that others don't understand. You are allowed to change. None of these make you a bad person. They make you a real one. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting according to your values, even while fear whispers that you should stay small, quiet, and agreeable. Every time you choose your truth over someone else's expectations, you reclaim a piece of yourself. But living for yourself does not mean ignoring others. Humans are social beings. We need connection, cooperation, contribution. The key is balance. You are not responsible for making everyone happy, but you are responsible for treating others with respect. You are not responsible for fixing everyone's problems, but you are responsible for your own growth. When you stand firmly in who you are, your relationships become more honest. You stop manipulating and stop being manipulated. You meet others as equals, not as performers seeking applause. One of the greatest illusions is that we must earn our worth, as if we arrive in this world incomplete and must prove we deserve to exist. But you do not need to earn the right to be yourself. You were worthy the moment you arrived. Your worth is not measured in achievements, popularity, beauty, or productivity. It is inherent. Once you accept this, you stop begging for validation and start building inner stability. Practical steps help turn this philosophy into real life. First, listen to your inner voice. Not the voice of fear, not the voice of criticism inherited from others, but the quiet sense of what feels true for you. Ask yourself, if I were not afraid of judgment, what would I choose? Start with small decisions. Over time, confidence grows like a muscle. Second, set boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are doors with locks. They say, you are welcome here under conditions that respect me. Boundaries protect your energy and prevent resentment. When you say no to what drains you, you say yes to what matters. Third, accept discomfort. When you stop living for others, some people will be confused. Some may criticize, some may leave. This is not failure, this is alignment. You cannot live authentically and remain universally liked. That is the price of freedom. Fourth, take responsibility for your emotions. Instead of blaming others for how you feel, Ask, what belief am I holding? This shift returns power to you. You are not a victim of reactions. You are the author of your meaning. Fifth, contribute from authenticity. Living for yourself does not isolate you. It equips you to help others without losing yourself. When you act from genuine values rather than from fear, your contribution becomes sincere and sustainable. There is a peaceful confidence that comes from self-trust. It is quiet, not arrogant. It does not need to announce itself. It simply knows, I can face what comes. This is the confidence of someone who no longer negotiates their identity for approval. You will still feel fear. You will still doubt. That is human. But you will no longer abandon yourself to avoid discomfort. That is the real transformation. Not becoming fearless, but becoming loyal to yourself even when fear is present. Most people think confidence comes before action. In reality, confidence is built after action. You act while afraid, and only later realize you are stronger than you thought. To live this in real life, start practicing tiny acts of self-loyalty every day. Say what you actually think in small conversations. Order what you really want, not what you think is expected. Take 5 minutes alone if you feel overwhelmed, even if others don't understand. These small decisions teach your mind that your needs matter. Over time, your self-respect grows quietly but steadily. Another powerful practice is separating opinion from identity. Someone may dislike your choice, your behavior, or your boundary. That does not mean they are rejecting your entire being. Most suffering comes from assuming, if they disagree with me, I am wrong. Instead, remind yourself, their reaction belongs to them. My choice belongs to me. This mental separation protects your inner stability. You will also need to redefine success. Many people chase goals they never chose. Ask yourself, if no one could see my life, would I still want this? This question cuts through social pressure instantly. Use it when choosing careers, relationships, hobbies, or even lifestyle. It brings you back to your own compass. Relationships change when you live for yourself. Some connections deepen because they are built on truth. Others fade because they were built on performance. This can feel painful, but it creates space for people who appreciate the real you. Loneliness may appear briefly, but it is healthier than being surrounded by people who only love your mask. When criticism appears, pause before reacting. Ask, is there something useful here? If yes, take the lesson. If not, let it pass. Not every opinion deserves a response. Not every comment deserves your energy. Silence can be a powerful boundary. Create daily rituals that reconnect you to yourself. Journaling for 5 minutes. Walking without headphones. Breathing slowly before important decisions. Asking, what am I feeling right now? These practices sound simple, but they rebuild self-awareness, the foundation of living authentically. Consistency matters more than intensity. A small practice done daily changes you faster than rare moments of inspiration. Keep it simple enough that you never feel too busy to return to yourself. Mistakes will happen. You will sometimes over-explain, over-apologize, or fall back into people-pleasing. When that happens, do not punish yourself. Simply notice, adjust, and continue. Growth is not a straight line. It is a gentle returning to yourself again and again. Living for yourself also means accepting that you are not responsible for fixing everyone. You can support others, love them, listen to them, but you cannot live their life for them. Carrying other people's emotional burdens steals energy from your own growth. Compassion without self-sacrifice is the healthiest form of love. Over time, a new feeling emerges. Inner permission. Permission to rest. Permission to change direction. Permission to want something different. Permission to outgrow who you used to be. When you give yourself permission, you stop waiting for someone else to approve your life. This path is not loud. It is quiet. It does not seek attention. It seeks alignment. And once you taste that alignment, no external approval can replace it. One day, you will look back, not on how many people liked you, not on how perfectly you fit expectations, but on whether you lived in alignment with your inner truth, whether you dared to be real, whether you chose your own path even when your knees shook. A useful way to stay aligned with yourself is to check in before major decisions. Pause and ask 3 simple questions. Does this choice move me closer to the life I want? Am I doing this out of desire or out of fear? If no one knew about this decision, would I still make it? Writing down the answers even once a week keeps you honest with yourself. Over time, you develop a personal compass that guides you more reliably than trends, opinions, or pressure. This habit turns confusion into clarity and replaces overthinking with quiet certainty. You stop drifting through life and start walking it deliberately. You do not exist to be a supporting character in someone else's story. You are the main character of your own. So breathe deeply. Let go of the weight of other people's opinions. Stand gently but firmly in who you are. Speak your truth with kindness. Walk your path with patience. Trust that those who belong in your life will adapt to the real you, and those who do not were never meant to stay. Live for yourself, not for others. And in doing so, you will inspire more people than you ever could by trying to please them.